We're in Zambia, Africa to join professional slackliners Lukas Irmler and Reinhard Kleindl as they took on another precision adventure.
Victoria Falls was something that sounded just too crazy and too good to be true, but sometimes you go for that stuff and sometimes it happens.
The Victoria Falls project was a very long-term idea which we actually followed. We were looking for spots basically, and we found some really impressive waterfalls, and among them there was the Victoria Falls, which was just perfectly made for it, like a gorge 100 meter wide, 100 meter deep, and like the biggest waterfall on earth. It's just begging for being highline. We didn't have any chance to do anything twice. We had to be on spot, we had to be precise in every action we took there.
It was hard to get permission and to get to plan the project. We could only visit one site beforehand.
We were kind of lucky to really find like strong trees there, because trees are always like anchor points where you can naturally trust in. If you have to bolt and like place extra anchors, there's always a particular risk in that you actually misjudge the quality of rock, or that there is any other issue which you actually not really see. For bringing the connection across, we had like a big slingshot basically. So with that, we shot over like a little piece of metal with like a fishing line on it.
Step one.
And on the fishing line, we pulled over like a little thicker cord, and on the thicker cord, we pulled over a slackline setup. If any of those lines would have just snapped or something, we wouldn't have any extra for that.
The other thing was water levels at Victoria Falls are a problem, because when the water is high, there's lots and lots of spray, and it's really hard, if not impossible, to do a highline if you're standing in the spray.
It's visually very distracting at the one side, and another thing is that it makes the slackline very slippy. It makes everything wet, and even you, when you're out there, after like 20 seconds, you're full showered. It shows you that nature has like way more power than you ever will have. And if you have to endure like the sound all day long, it's really hard to concentrate yourself on performing, and it's really intimidating at the same time.
This is a big waterfall, so that was a challenge, because on one side we had wind from the side and spray from the side, and orientation is a problem for highlining. You stand in the open air and you don't know where you are. It's really, you get dizzy in a way. And if you have spray from the side, then your mind thinks you're moving to the side, which you don't. That's really fun, but strange and hard also.
Walking out at Victoria Falls for the first time, like taking my first steps on the slackline, it was just too much for me. Like the whole picture was too much for my brain to process. It is harder if the place is like incredible. Your vision is drifting away. You're kind of torn to the waterfall, which is like crushing right next to you all the time. There's so many things which are actually distracting your visual orientation. It's really hard to concentrate on your line, on your dimension.
In the end, it was the coolest thing to be out there. We had a view that nobody had before. You're really right next to the waterfall, and we had rainbows in the spray below us. Just being out there was really rewarding. We were well prepared. We did it in a day. I think I had 3 runs. I think I sent it on the 3rd run. When I did the send, I was really, really glad. Lukas sent it before me. Then I also wanted to do it.
Sending the Victoria Falls for me was a very emotional thing, because it was like 2 years of work which we put in. Being able to walk that line was like huge for me. Even more of an emotional experience was actually seeing Reinhard send it, because the project is only complete if everyone succeeds. So we're a team, we rig the slacklines all together, and we want to see the other guys succeed as well, you know. And for me, I think I was more stressed than he was, like watching his last steps on the slackline. And I was really relieved after he finished it as well. We could celebrate and have like a perfect project.